Nigeria's Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Enoh, and his team begin a two-day technical meeting with the organized private sector today in Lagos. That meeting was focused on Nigeria's industrial policy and those 5 key strategic areas that was designed to drive the country's industrialization efforts as a leading African economy. Let's hear more from the Minister of State at this media briefing.
I think that, again, for too long, all the things that we do, they're just about the vision. Vision, really no velocity. Everything that we've done, from the beginning of today when we entered this room, remarks, goodwill, keynote, they're all the things we've continued to do, isn't it? And what we're not doing is that aspect that really matters to our country and to Nigerian people. And I think that, for several years we've debated policy. We've launched various interventions. We've published various frameworks, all of that. We've achieved some little gains, but the gains that we've achieved, I don't think I've measured enough to the expectations of our countrymen and women. And I think that we're gathered here because that has to change. And that must just change. And for me, that is why the idea of the Industrial Revolution Work Group became very important, not just as another advisory body, but as an engine room for execution, as an engine room for delivery. And we must deliver for the Nigerian people. So today I invite us all to move beyond just the talk that we are used to and to get into matters about performance, matters about productivity. And I think that, it requires us to ask and to answer. I was speaking with my team some weeks back, and I think I repeated that when we had the opportunity to have the DG man sit with us late last week in our technical meeting. And I said, for several weeks, I've just continued to ask myself and my team. I said, what will success be? What will success mean? That should challenge us every time. What will success mean? At the end of our time, what is it that we would have done or accomplished that can be said to amount to success? It's very important. And I think that, and that's what I'd like us to reflect upon, as we get this session to start. What will success be? What will it mean out of this session and beyond? At the end of tomorrow, when we are, ending our session, what will be our evaluation of whether we've had a successful technical session or not? It's not just about the fact that on this day we've gathered at Radisson Blu. You've gathered to do what? Whatever you've gathered to do, to what extent does it matter? Either now, both now, and then later. I don't think that we are going to be evaluated by the size of the communique that we issue out of here. I think that Nigerians are tired of communiques, not by the elegant presentations that we make. I think we've made several of those. But I think that, for me, success will be measured by the kind of the momentum that we're able to create, the systems we're able to fix, the industries we're able to revive, and the jobs we're able to enable. That's what is going to be required. And one of the key points of the RWG is the revitalization of moribund industries. How many at the end of the day will be recorded as part of what we have achieved? This will be significant. So I think that as we break into the various thematic groups and engage in critical sessions, I want every intervention, every proposal, every discussion to be anchored on execution thinking. I mean, let that continue to be on our heads, in our minds. And I think that I'd like us to ask ourselves, what will move the needle now, not in theory, but in practice? What can be implemented within 90 days, within 180 days, in a year's time? What can be implemented? How do we hold ourselves accountable across agencies and across our partners? These are very important questions. And I think that to guide and underpin this transformation, it will therefore be important to also use this forum to say this. For the director IDD representing the president, the PEMSEC mentioned the NIRP, the National Industrial Revolution Plan of 2014. Well, today, 2025.